Happy day, children. Hope all are fine and safe at home. Yes, welcome to my class. Children, in today's class, we're going to talk a very interesting and important word which touches all of us. The word is called love. Love, love. We all need love. We all need love from others, and we also share our love to others. So the word love talks about I like you and you like me. So now here, the poet, that is Manmohan Singh, he was a contemporary poet, and also he served for Indian Administration Service. Okay, so he has written a very nice poem talking something about the love, the word love, the bondage between to a pair of Sarus crane. So now here, the word pair, which means two, of Sarus crane. Here, crane here means the tall flying birds, two birds. So, I'm talking about the poem here which is related to two birds, that is a male crane and a female crane bird. So, the uniqueness of this bird are they are never never left alone. They are always together. They are having a happy, nice life. It's like I am for you and you are for me. They are never alone. They want to live in the same life throughout their breath. This is about the poem. So now let us talk about the poem. What does it mean? The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. I repeat, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. These words are said by Mahatma Gandhi. Let us see how true it is. Now, as I told you, the poet focuses on the two cranes, that is the pair of two birds, that is the female bird and the male bird. The male was shot as he necked to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. What is reluctant, children? What is reluctant? Reluctant. Reluctant means hesitate, to come forward. You are hesitating to come out. Okay? The male was shot as he necked to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. Now here what happens? The male bird was flying one day. The male bird was flying one day very happily, as if he is going to bring the sun out of the clouds. He was flying like that. What happened was the hunters shot him and he fell down. Means he was dead. She flew crying as he was picked up hands and jaws, and a proud neck was humbled to lie like dirty linen in a coarse washing bag. When a female bird was flying happily, what has happened? The hunter shot the bird, and the bird fell from the sky, falling down with it bleeding all over. There was a blood. And this female partner, what had happened? She flew crying as he was picked up and hands and jaws, and a proud neck was humbled. Here, when the hunters shot the bird, the hunters came and took the male bird. How did they hold? They held up hands and jobs and pulling up the proud the proud crane was pulled by the hunters. It was like they took the bird very carelessly and picked up and dumped into the rough bag, like a rough washing bag they took and put him into the bag. She circled the sky in movements of grace over his disgraceful end. Now here, the female bird saw that the male bird was shot and fallen down and was carried by the hunters. She was circling the area where her male crane was fallen down. As soon as she saw, she could not bear. Oh my God, the male crane is no more for me. I don't have a pair now. The killers went away and she returned. She came down to the death sea with grief that inscribed its intensity in dots and pits. Now here she was not able to sustain the pain that the male crane has gone. Now how can I live? With lot of sadness, with lot of grief. She was so sad. Like a Morse code of birds' sorrow transmitted to the air. She could not take the sorrowness of the male crane death. She started to cry, scream, and she transmitted the air. Usually when their pair is not dead, when their pair is not there or dead, you cannot see the pain of the birds here. They start to roar. They start to do what not. They raise their voice with the sorrowness. She puts her grief out and she transmitted to the air. With her beak, she kissed a few feathers. Means the hunters have taken the crane, and when they were pulling, one piece of feather was there. She took the feather. She picked the ones that wind had not taken away and sat to hatch the bloodstains for the feathers into a toddling shake. She took the feather and kissed the feather, and she could not bear the sadness that the male crane is no more. A wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away. Now here what happens is a wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away. Means now the wave which she has never seen is the wave which came to her and took the female crane also away. Firstly, the male crane was shot, and secondly, what happens? Because of the wave, fast wave came and took the female crane, carried her to him. Such a beautiful line this is. Please observe the lines. A wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away. The waves came to her from a very far away which she has never seen and carried the crane, female crane to the male crane. She went away beyond Hume's word. Hume's word means he was the Indian poet who wrote about the birds. Beyond the legends or fables of human love. So yes, children, even animals, even the birds and even human, we all need love. So in this poem, the poet has beautifully described, yes, every creature on the earth needs love. They are also like us. See, the poet brings out the intense bondage of love. How love is important. The bondage of the love is even more important than the humans to the birds. Okay, now I'm going to read the poem once again. The male was shot as he necked to pull the reluctant sun out from the rim of horizon. She flew crying as he was picked up hands and jobs, and a proud neck was humbled to lie like dirty linen in a coarse washing bag. She circled the sky in movements of grace over his disgraceful end. The killers went away and she returned to the death scene with grief that inscribed its intensity in dots and pits. Like a Morse code of birds' sorrow transmitted to the air, with her beak she kissed a few feathers, picked the one that wind has not taken away, and sat to hatch the blood-stained feathers into a toddling chick. A wave of the seas she had never seen came to her from far away. She carried her to him. She went away beyond Hume's words and beyond the legends and fables of human love. Here, the poet has described very beautifully, saying that the intense bondage of love is more than the humans when you're comparing to the birds. I hope this poem has really given you a message how important our love bondage is. Yes, children, you also should understand the figure of speech. In the poem, the figure of speech is here euphemism. What is it? Euphemism. The meaning of euphemism is an expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to someone unpleasant or embarrassing. I repeat, euphemism is a figure of speech. It means here an expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing. Now in this poem we have studied that the bird has been hurt and the bird was treated very harsh. So in that area we call it as euphemism. Okay, you all understood the poem? Thank you, children.